Hey guys, this is Shantia from The Emerging Adult, and we are back with another interview with somebody that is single and content. Now, you may have seen his face before, about 2018, 2019. He was single and content then. So my question is, I didn't say your name. Wow. Gary Swindell Jr. Yes,
Right.
Gary Swindell Jr. Okay.
So weird.
Yeah, sorry. All right, so are you still content and single?
Am I still single and content?
That's the question everybody wants to know.
I am. I think it's a different percentage now.
Okay, because back then it was 100.
Back then it was 100%.
Okay, so what are you now?
Now the percentage is 68%. We almost half.
Yeah, because we talked about this before, about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was like 80.
It was up there. It was up there.
But now it's 68.
Now it's like 68.
Do it, Lord.
Don't do it.
It's coming on down. Okay.
I ain't gonna do it.
I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, so between your 100% and your 68%, have you been tempted to be in a relationship with someone? Another conversation. Tempted to be in a relationship with somebody.
Of course, I think because there are amazing people out there. I think one of the biggest misconceptions that I think I even dealt with even from the last interview is people just think that when you're single and content that you don't like love or that you don't like people. It's not
Yeah.
that. I still love relationships, no matter the form, whether it's friends, whether it's family. I'm a person who values relationships, so of course. I would think about a, relationship with the young lady, of course. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so with your, I'm not saying with your temptation, that's not the right way. With being tempted to be in a relationship with somebody, like, what was the deciding factor to still be single and content?
Definitely for me right now, my career is so busy
Yes.
that I would not want to add somebody in that if I know I'm not able to make time for that person. There's this whole thing on Twitter like if he like you, he'll make time for you, and I don't know how I really
Because
feel.
you have no time, literally.
Like literally, it's like I would have to literally be God and add an extra hour in the day.
Yeah, because you are booked and busy.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm not famous, but like I still have a lot to do, and I would never want to just put somebody in that space. Because
I get
I
that.
am the type of person, when I was in relationships in my 20s, I really wanted to give my all, and that was even a tough situation because I had a lot to do back then.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to put somebody in that place. So, that's pretty much the main reason right now. The second reason is I have a different understanding on relationships. As I grew up in a church where everybody like, now he that findeth the wife, basically telling us go out and look, and then when you find her. I'm from the understanding of God will tell you when you're lonely, because God told Adam he was lonely. So as I work, this is where I am. This is why it's down to 68%.
I want to
If
hear
he
this.
comes to me and say, Gary, you look a little lonely, then I'm gonna say, you know what, God, you know everything. We'll go from there. But until he say that to me,
So if he says that, you'll be open to it?
if he says that,
Or will you be like,
I'm sure I'll be like, okay, let me fast.
I don't think I heard you
I need to
right.
make sure it's you. Let me call my pastor. 'Cause I need to make sure it's you, God. God, if it's you, I need to see the storm in the sky. So
Miracle signs and
But
wonders.
if it's him, then here's the thing, I won't be obedient to God in everything but that. So if he says it, then he knows me the best.
That's true. Okay, I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know your DMs are popping.
Always.
Because I know the last time that we did this, my DMs were popping. So how do you combat, how do you politely turn them down? Like, thank you for not for the offer. Not like that. Not
You'll
like
be
that.
surprised what happens in my DM.
Yeah, so how do you be like, thanks but no thanks?
Well, I used to lie.
What was the lie? I'm curious.
There was two big lies. There were two. So if y'all don't know, like, Shanti is my baby sister, but she's also my secretary, so I throw you under the bus a lot. So
I did not know that. Okay.
the first lie used to be, hi, I'm in charge of Gary's. I'm in charge of Gary's.
Oh, wow.
So he doesn't really answer them. So
Wow.
that's one.
I never knew that.
Because sometimes you don't want to answer, just because it's like, number one, if you answer incorrectly, like that can mess up your brand.
Yeah, I get it.
Kind of stuff.
Cancel culture is real.
I've thrown you under the bus a good many of times, especially through Facebook. Oh, Shantia, people don't like you.
Well, now, thank you. Now I
get
know.
a whole bunch of, well, can you let him know?
Well, that's why I lost so many friends. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And probably people gonna be watching this like, oh, so
right.
And then the other lie is, I'm like, well, I'm actually seeing someone right now.
Okay.
I have done that, but I don't do that anymore. So the best way I can kind of get away from it is just, I'm like, well, I'm super busy in my work, and like I said earlier, I just wouldn't want to put anybody in that position where I'm not able to give my all to a relationship.
I'm still trying to process.
Oh yeah.
Me being thrown. So much happens. So much comes out on the emerging adult. Okay, that's okay. It's out of love.
Yes.
And it's for.
I don't do it anymore though.
You don't do it anymore, but you did it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's okay.
People are like, why are you gonna tell him? I'm like, well,
you're
like,
It's okay because I'm gonna take that L for you to win.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So.
And I feel like you would do it if I asked you.
I would. See? Because I'm I can handle emails very professionally.
Yes. I feel like I tried to answer as Shantia-ish best as I could.
Thank you.
Yes.
For shining me in a great light. I appreciate that so much. Okay. All right. So how do you get fulfilled in the area of love in your life without being in a relationship with somebody?
Number one, my relationship with God. He fulfills everything for me. And I know people are like, that's a super deep answer, but it's true. Number two, my relationships with my friends and my family. That can fill it all. I'm not looking for anybody to make me happy. I just finished reading Will Smith's book, and he was kind of talking about that. I'm not looking for anybody to fulfill me as far as happiness. So as far as the whole love thing, I get a grandiose amount of love.
Oh, that's a good word.
Yeah, just the people in my life, and not even just from the things I do, but just from the people in my life, I get a large amount of love, and so I don't feel like I'm lacking anywhere.
Okay.
Of course, and I really try to help people. Of course, I'm a man. You still got hormones. When it was cold during January, it's that's cuddle season. Of course, the thought crossed your mind,
cuddle
this blanket
season,
is cold.
Cuffing season.
But it's do I want to say goodnight to you?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Women, I won't go there.
No, go ahead and say it. I'm curious.
and we've all had this discussion before. Women will openly say y'all don't always know what you want. And I'm that type of person. Hey, what do you want to eat? And I'm not sure. I'm gonna bring you back something, but you better be good to bring you back something.
Cause it might not be what I have a taste for, and then I get that. Yeah, okay.
So
okay, well
I don't have time for that as of now.
Okay. All right. So real quick, what would you say to somebody who wants to be single and content, with all their hearts? I want to be single and content, but they just can't be. What would you say to them?
But they just can't be?
Yeah, they're I want to be single and content, but then it's on the other side it's but man, I want my woman to hurry up and get to me.
I would say dive into purpose. I always say that. Dive deep into purpose because, going back to, like I said, biblically, God saw Adam was lonely. Before he brought Eve, he made him name the animals. So he gave him a job, or he gave him purpose. And so one of the ways that I'm able to navigate through even those moments where I'm like, let me give somebody a call. It's no, I got a meeting tomorrow. I got things to do. I have people to talk to. I got a brand that I'm building. Watch this. And I do that with the thought in mind that it will possibly set up a life for me later. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just doing it. So I'm not just working to ignore a relationship. I'm working that my life will be in a place, if I ever do decide to get married, it's good. So I tell that person, get into purpose, not with the purpose of trying to work so hard that you ignore your hormones, but with the purpose that I'm working to set up a life that will match what my hormones want.
Let's all pause right there for a second. All right. He always preaching, y'all.
Always.
Even when he don't want to be or don't try to be, he's always preaching. Okay, so last question, because I asked everybody this, okay? If you could think of one song or two songs to best describe your season right now of being single and content, what would that song
Lonely, I am. No, I'm just playing. Let's see. I would think. I don't know. That won't work. No, there's a song Tim Bowman came out with like some years ago. It's like, I'm good enough to love myself, so good, good enough to have. I'm good.
Okay, so that's your song?
68%. I'm good.
Am I going? Okay.
I just want to say this too.
Okay, go ahead.
The main person that I followed after, who is also single and content, is about to get married.
Oh,
Bishop Noah Jones, he was my go-to move to be like, hey, Bishop.
Yeah.
Now you about to get married.
So are you gonna follow in his footsteps?
Yeah, I'll be 70 and get married. Sounds good.
You're wiser. He did that, so you don't have to.
Well, yeah. We'll see. I will say this. I was thinking about it. Like, am I waiting, or would I wait for it to get to 0% from 68? No. If it gets below 50%, then that means somewhere in me, I'm like, yeah, I want to try a relationship.
Okay, but we almost there.
I know. It might go back up, though.
No, because that happened very quickly. From 80, whatever, 80 something to 68.
Yeah.
From 100.
Yeah. But it may go back to 100 tomorrow. We'll see.
Let's all pray. Let's all touch and agree.
Ooh, y'all want to see me married, don't y'all?
I do.
No. Poor lady.
Because I want a sister-in-law.
Oh. See, and that's the problem with most people. They want me to get married for them. My mom wants me to get married so she can have grandkids. My brothers want me to get married so they can feel comfortable getting married. My sisters want me to get married so they can have a sister.
Yeah.
Nephews and nieces want me to get. I don't know why they want. What about me?
Well, you want to get married too, just not right now.
68%.
Before we go, can you tell the people where we can find you, what's happening? If y'all don't know, he is an artist. He has amazing music. So tell us where we can, find your music, find you on social media, maybe don't slide in the DMs because I don't have to turn you down because I'm going to be the one turning you down apparently. So let's share.
Okay, so once again, I'm Gary Swindell Jr. You can find me on all social media at Gary Swindell Jr. or on Instagram is the only one that's different. It's Gary_Swindell. You can find my music on all outlets, all digital outlets. We got videos on YouTube. You can go to GarySwindellJr.com for all my merch and my book and things like that. And so if you just type in Gary Swindell Jr., you're going to find me somewhere. You're
going to find him and talk to me, okay? Yep. Well, Gary, thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the second interview from Calling All Lovers. We have so much more in store for you. Uh-oh. No, not calling this lover. No. Okay. All right. So anyway, thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next month of a lot more content and we'll see you later.